Reasons why people are leaving Canada in 2023 and reasons why you should be going to Canada now as of this moment, because there is going to be time where the door is going to close and you are not going to have the opportunity to achieve your dream of going to Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Don Franco, and in this channel we bring you latest information about travel, about jobs, about booking of flights and visa consultation services. And I want to take this moment before I should dive into this video to thank you very much for having been there, watching my videos, giving comments. And in this video I want to give more reasons why you should not actually get discouraged because of the so much reasons that are coming from different YouTube platforms, from different social media platforms, telling you that people are leaving Canada and that you shouldn't go to Canada now. I'm gonna take you through some reasons that have been evoked by some social media actors and tell you why this should be the moment for you to go to Canada now. So I have an article in front of me, and the first one is, it talks about 9 reasons why people are living in Canada. I decided to choose this one, and it said the first point is having high and unrealistic expectations. According to this writer, they think that the reasons why people are leaving Canada in 2023 is because when going to Canada they have so many expectations, some which are of course unrealistic, and when they arrive Canada things get very difficult for them, and at a certain point they break down and they decide to leave Canada. This is true, and it's true for every country, even for your own home country. It's just that you cannot leave your home country to another country. But sometimes when you have unrealistic goals, it gets frustrating when you are not having the results that you wanted to have, right? So according to this article, people coming to Canada, they have expectations to buy houses of 500,000 Canadian dollars within a year, buy a car of 50,000 Canadian dollars, take care of the junior ones from back home to Canada, bring up their children, and do all this nice stuff, right? But I'm here to tell you that some of these dreams can be realistic, but you need to work more harder, and sometimes you need to actually get into Canada or any other country that you're going through and examine the environment before you set such unrealistic goals. The time is now. Indeed, it is hard in Canada. To get a house in Canada is very difficult. The prices ranging up to more than $1 million Canadian dollar. And if you are earning maybe 50,000 Canadian dollar a year, how much of the years would you have to actually buy a house, right? It's going to be so unrealistic to have this kind of dream, especially when you're having a menial job. So you need to have dreams within your reach. Regarding this point, buying a car, that one could be actually realizable, because sometimes when you're working for a company, they can actually loan out a car for you and you pay gradually. They also do that for houses, but you need to be sure you're going to pay your mortgage, right? But what I want to say is, as advice for my followers, is that if you have this kind of dream where you get to Canada, choose cities that are less expensive, choose cities that you'll get a job, choose cities that life is going to be more easier for you, not high level or high living standard cities like Toronto, like Vancouver. It's gonna be messy, like Montreal and all that, right? Yeah, the second point that they're talking about here is not finding the desired job. Before we should go into that, please, this video is going to be actually very helpful for you, right? For everybody who is getting discouraged because news is coming from different sides that people are leaving Canada. There's no war in Canada. There's no famine in Canada. It's just normal situation that developed countries face. And you and I know that we are coming from a post-COVID where life was not easy in Canada and so many countries in the world. So you shouldn't get discouraged. Stay around, watch this video till the end so that I will encourage you not to drop your dream of going to Canada, because the time is now. Why do I say the time is now? I will let you know at the end of this video, so please watch. So as you stay to watch, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to actually like the video and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload another new video, you're going to be notified. Let's go to point number 2. Point number 2 is about not finding the desired job. Yeah, that's true, right? Let's say, for example, you're living in Africa, India, as a director of a company. You hope that you go to Canada, you have another nice or the same kind of job, but when you arrive, things become messy, so difficult, and you find yourself doing menial jobs like restaurants, like cleaning jobs, like factory workers, like plantation or agricultural work and stuff like that to make ends meet. Some of the people who do not have the strength to withstand will definitely just decide to leave Canada, but that's not actually because Canada is so bad, just because they were aiming high as far as job is concerned and they didn't just meet up, right? But what I want to say is, any country that you get into, it is definitely hard to just get in on the first day and you get the kind of desired job that you wanted. You could actually start from somewhere and even keep the CV. That, like, for example, let me just give you this secret, right? Know that high-earned jobs are highly competitive. There are people who study so hard to get those jobs. So if you are an IT professional, software engineer, web designer, all those kind of jobs, or manager, all those kind of things, know that those are highly competitive jobs and they are few and more candidates, and people have good educational background than you, and so definitely the recruiter are definitely going to go for them. So you might want to consider going in with a job that is more easier to get than the one that is difficult to get. You can go, and then when you reach Canada, work for a year, you cannot bring up the CV of your highly experienced career that you have back home, and then you start looking for a job, then definitely you're going to get that one. That was just a tip that I wanted to give you. And another one is surviving the cold weather. They think that so many people are leaving Canada because of the cold weather. The truth is, Canada is cold. Cities like Vancouver, like Toronto, like Saskatchewan are very, very cold. In Toronto, sometimes temperatures can drop right down to minus 25 and minus 30 degrees. So let's take, for example, you are coming from maybe a place like Nigeria or South Africa or Ghana or Liberia or Tanzania or Kenya or Congo or Gabon or Cameroon or any country in Africa. The average temperatures are sometimes even up to more than 22 degrees centigrade, right? So it's hot where you're coming from. So when you barge into Canada with temperatures relatively low, it becomes a problem to you. Some people might definitely leave because of this reason, yeah, but I think for this reason, few people will. Because as a matter of fact, when you get there for a year, you must have actually adapted, right? So that's it. Actually, people are living in Canada, right? So what I want to say concerning this temperature problem, this weather problem, advice, a tip: do not travel to Canada if you are not sure of your health, or if you are not afraid of cold. Do not travel to Canada in December during winter. You would want to go to Canada maybe as from June to like transition gradually, so you won't face any problem. That's the first point. Second point, as far as this weather thing is concerned, when you are traveling to Canada or any cold place in Europe, wherever in the world, make sure your health is up to date. You've run a check and you are sure you're not sick of illnesses that will complicate during cold weather. Some illnesses will not stay comfortable. They will not behave themselves in your body when you are in cold environment. It's gonna crash. So what you want to do is make sure that you carry out a health check and you are sure that everything is fine before you take the risk of traveling to some cold places during cold winter. We have illnesses like they call it asthma, where it attacks you on the chest People that have problems with their bones. If you're traveling, if you're going through in cold weather, you might definitely face this kind of problems, and it can actually be a dangerous thing for your health. So avoid this kind of cold weather if you are sick. Another point is having financial difficulties, right? Yeah, so many people actually leave Canada because of financial difficulties. The truth is, the living standard in Canada is very high. Houses, expensive. Health system, even though they say it's free, but you're the one to buy your medications when they're being prescribed to you and all that. Bills, very, very expensive. Everything is bought. And sometimes salaries are not that encouraging. And sometimes you might be earning maybe 3,000 Canadian dollars and your expenses amount up to 2,500 Canadian dollars. So you see, in order for you to save money, it's gonna be difficult. So you need to take into consideration this aspect and make sure that you prepare consequently. You might have financial difficulties. You will. So avoid to indebt yourself so high back home, hoping that when you reach Canada, money will just fall from trees and then you get it immediately and send back to the owner. You need to be moderate, take your time, prepare your journey, save some money gradually, and when the time comes, you will definitely travel to Canada without any problem. Avoid giving so many promises to people back home, because it is not going to be as easy as you think. Avoid living extravagant life. Prefer to go to suburbs in Canada. Run a search and find out some of those places where foreigners don't want to go. Apply to go there. That is where you even get your visa, and that's where things are even going to be more comfortable for you. These are the tips. Keep watching. Another one, becoming homesick. Yeah, becoming homesick is, I mean, it's something everybody faces. Like I also have problem with homesick. But yeah, it's just for everyone. But we're lucky that in this our age, there is social media. There are different medium of communication where you can reach back to your family, to your brothers, to your sisters, to your aunts, to everybody in your family, to your children, to your father, to your mom, and you communicate with them daily, and you will not feel so homesick. It's very possible that you can actually get food from back home and you eat your local food and you're still comfortable. You can actually meet people from your country in different groups in Canada, and then you will feel at home. So this problem can actually be managed using this method that I've just enumerated to you. So when you are traveling to Canada, know that you might have to make like 2 years outside before you get back to your country. So this problem of homesick should not be a problem why you are afraid to go to Canada, right? Make your bags. Remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to actually explain the reason why I'm giving you this approach. Go now. Next, another one is difficulty in starting over. Difficulties to start over actually is a big problem. I've seen situations where somebody left Africa as a dad with a nice house, with children looking up to him, respect, oh dad, good morning, blah blah blah. And when he arrived Canada, he was actually in difficulties because the respect that he had didn't have. He was even forced to be doing cleaning job, and it was so difficult to start over from scratch, right? Taking into consideration that when he was leaving Africa, he was in good conditions, like as far as social ranking is concerned, right? So yeah, what I wanted to know is that these things are very common, but you might just consider that it is always going to be a start over. So when you are leaving, be aware of cultural shock. Be aware that things are not going to be the same like the way back home. The environment is not going to be the same. The job type is not going to be the same. It might, but in most cases it's not. So prepare your mind, get ready to go down to a certain level before you rise up. This is just a normal thing. You shouldn't be packing your bags to leave Canada because you are afraid to start over. Right? That is the point. Go to Canada now. And then having health issues can actually prompt somebody to leave and go back home. This is what I have to say concerning this point. The point is, when you leave your country and go to a different country, you eat different food, you drink different water, you experience different weather, your activities change. In Africa or in other countries, we are used to working 8 hours a day, but in countries like the US, Canada, some other countries, people work more than 16 hours a day. And so this change of morphology, activities, social environment can actually cause health issues in your life. Just lack of sleep can cause anxiety, can cause depression, can cause health problems like heart problems and all that. What you need to do, make sure that you run a good, well-detailed health check in Africa before you leave. Do not manipulate your health record. It's at your own detriment. You can manipulate it, go to the immigration officer, and then they accept you, but your life is at risk because you are going to an environment that is completely strange for you. So make sure that you are sure. Run a complete check from head to toe to avoid any embarrassing situations when you go to Canada, right? And then expensive real estate and rentals. That is it. I just mentioned that houses are so expensive, more than 1 million, sometimes small in terms of square meters, maybe 30 meters square or 40, or not even up to 40. That's very small, but very expensive. You should take into consideration this kind of aspect is real. I even watched a video where one guy was saying that in some cities, people have to buy a space in a room, like in a bed in a room to live, and it sometimes costs 700 Canadian dollars. Like you rent a small bedroom, and the both of you can rent a small bedroom, and then you share the same bed. I didn't really digest that, but yeah, if it's happened in some part in the city, then I don't know yet, but it can happen. So real estate houses are very expensive. To buy a house is expensive, to rent is expensive, and other services. So when you are traveling to Canada, be ready to work at least 2 jobs if you are going for menial jobs that do not pay well. So people who have jobs that pay up to 150,000 Canadian dollars a year, they can manage and live in some cities and they don't have problems, right? But how about you, whose salary is just 45,000 a year? You will need to do some other odd jobs to meet up, right? So that's the advice that I want to give you. So get ready for that. Another one is expensive public health and medical treatment. Yes, in Canada, everybody knows that public health, the medical system there, is free, but not all medical services are free. They are not free. You who have pathologies, critical health conditions, you need to pay for it. Your prescriptions, you need to pay for it. It's as well expensive, just as in other countries. So when you are going, make sure again, check yourself, make sure you are healthy before you take the journey. Now, these 9 points are not the only reasons why people are leaving Canada. There are just a lot of reasons why people are leaving Canada. And I wanted to tell you in this video that this is the moment for you to go to Canada. I want to tell you, when immigration opened in the US, it was very easy to go to the US. So many people were traveling and going to the US and all that. But as time goes on, things have become very difficult to actually travel and go to the US. So you need to also think about this now, to ask yourself, is it going to be easy for me in 5 years to go to Canada? Remember, we are in a post-COVID period. Every economy in the world struggled. All the economies in the world are struggling to curb inflation. They are struggling to fight inflation, underemployment, unemployment, health crisis, and Canada is not exception. So picture yourself, these are developed countries. They have nice strategies. In maybe 10 years to come, the economy is going to be booming. So if this time you are already in this country, of course you will enjoy. Again, they have what we call immigration database. The Canada Immigration Database, where they observe the movement of people in and out of Canada. If they see that, wow, people are moving in, so many people are moving out, they're going to actually open up more opportunities for people to move in. That's why they're opening so many provincial streams, federal streams, the Francophone nominee program in Quebec, and all those. There are so many streams that are being opened up now because they are understanding that so many people are going out, regardless of the fact that Canada has been, in recent years, in need of labor and people to fill up the positions. But if people are going out, they are multiplying so many reasons actually for people to get in. So this is the time for you not to sleep, get through and travel. Face the hurdles and make your life more better. Another reason I wanted to say, let's compare Canada, the situation in which Canada is now, and your country, where you're coming from. Whether you're from India, whether you're from Ethiopia, whether you're from Nigeria, whether you're from Kenya, from Ghana, from South Africa, from Nigeria, I'm sorry, I've already mentioned, from Congo, from Chad, from Cameroon, from wherever you're coming from. Personally, whether you're from Bangladesh, whether you're from Indonesia, whether you're from Pakistan, wherever you are coming from, look at your situation in which you are now. And after going through my video, imagine if you were in Canada, which one would be better? Like, there are some people who actually stay for 10 years of their life without having had just one job, just one employment. No, after they graduate from school, they don't have a job. They are suffering from one hustling to another, bustling to another, but they don't have a job. So which one is going to be better? Going to Canada and at least have a job and work and spend the money, or stay back home and without employment, the knowledge that you studied, you waste it. Which one is going to be better? You need to think in between the lines and make sure you make the right choice. Do not listen to people who are already shunning, say they're leaving Canada is because maybe they had one or two reasons, but do not capitalize on that. You need to, when you see any situation, you need to balance up. The level of corruption in your country definitely is not the same as in Canada. The level of bad roads in your country definitely is not going to be the same as in Canada. And so, which one would you prefer? How many people die in your country every month because of bad roads? Do you think it's the same thing in Canada? So you want to consider an environment that is going to be more better for you. I don't want to go into political talks, it doesn't concern me, but make comparisons of your present situation and that according to what is being said in the videos, and you will see that it is the time for you to actually travel to Canada now. Thank you very much. I wanted to make this video very short, straight to the point, and I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to leave a like or a comment, or better still, turn on your notification bell, because my analytics tell me that more than 85% of people who watch my videos do not subscribe. Please do. That's the only free thing you can do, and to give me more encouragement to actually give you more content. Thank you most especially for people who commented on my last video about the footage quality. They said that the quality was not very good. It's because I was using a lens that is good to use instead outdoors. I was using it indoors, so that's why the quality was not good. I decided to change the lens. This one is more better. So thank you very much for connecting with me. Let's remain in my community and let's share. Leave your comment, tell me what you think, and if there is another thing that you wanted me to talk about, please put it in the channel. On the comment section below. I'm going to make a research on that, and I'll make a video so that other people can benefit. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you in another one.